Peace and love. I'm back again. I wanted to come on and do and celebrate. This is my 6 year anniversary on YouTube. They sent me the alert this morning. So 6 years ago, on this exact day, I started my channel. And so that's a major milestone for me, the fact that I'm still here. Also, I just published almost maybe 100, a little over 100, maybe 101 videos. And so that's also a milestone for me because the last couple of years I've been taking my channel extremely seriously. And then also I'm about to reach a milestone with my subscribers, 100 people. And so 100 is not a lot to most, but to me it means a lot because I'm not here to get rich. I'm not here to become famous. I'm here to share the messages that I receive from Spirit, share the messages from my heart, and I'm doing this work on behalf of my ancestors, my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, my great grandmother. You all understand. You understand, and so on and so forth. And so I'm doing the work that I've been called to do. My goal with this channel is not to have a lot of subscribers in the first place. 500 would be fantastic for me, but it's just a blessing to have 100. When I reach a little over 100, because some people might drop, I realize I'm not the reader for everybody. And, to be quite honest, I give thanks for that because we can't all be for everyone. My readings on this channel tend to be somewhat on the serious side, but they are given with love. What is my goal here? Healing, healing, healing the divine feminine. For masculine energies that watch, is for you as well. We all embody the masculine and feminine, but honoring the mother, honoring the energy of the mother, healing the energy of the mother, that protective, strong energy as we move forward in the world, as we move forward towards ascension, knowing that energy that has been hidden, the power has been hidden, is transformative and it has the ability to heal the world. And so that's why I do this work. So it's not to glorify myself, it's to glorify the Most High energy and my ancestors. So this is a celebration. I'm going to read one of my poems from my book that I published 5 years ago on Mother's Day. If you watch my Lenormand reading from this morning, I also did a poem from my book. And this is not to toot my own horn. It's not about that. I wrote this book with my ancestors. And so I'm a medium. And so I receive feelings from them when I write. I receive dreams, I receive images and feelings, and I'm able to take that feeling and that image and that message and transform it into words. And that's how I do my reading, my writing. Hopefully I'll start on some writing soon. It's been a while since I've taken pen to pad. I've also been busy with work. All right, so the Rooted Woman Oracle by Sharon Blackie. I'm going to pull a card from this and read from the guidebook because I find this deck to be extremely healing and transformative and very powerful. And so if you are on a healing journey, if you're looking for a deck, I highly recommend this one. Another deck that I highly recommend, let's see if I can pull it one out, is the Soul Wisdom Oracle. Okay, another beautiful deck by Nicole Miz. I've used this on the channel and I have a walkthrough on here as well if you want to go and take a look at that and see some of the beautiful images in this card. She's the writer and the artist for this deck. So powerful. And so let's see. Also, one thing I want to start doing when I get over 100, because I want to give, like I said, people a chance to unsubscribe if they want to, and there's nothing wrong with that. You want to find somebody that you resonate with. I want to start offering for my subscribers, if you feel comfortable, maybe me doing a reading for you on the channel using your initials. That way others who might feel called might gain messages from that as well. And so that's an offering I want to have coming up. Also, I have a small little shop where I do teas, bracelets. I make jewelry, bracelets, crystals. I want to have a permanent discount for my family here on YouTube. And then I'll have a couple of small giveaways. But this is kind of when we'll reach a little bit over 100. So I'm going to read a poem today. Earlier I did the box and key. Today, right now, I'm going to do the inner workings of the eye. This book was written with my ancestors, like I said, but it was written to honor my female ancestral line. Okay. So it's called We Will Gaze at the Sun to Find Her. This is the old cover. If you click on the link, you can see the actual new cover to the book. I made some changes to it. Poems for the Reclamation of the Black Female Body from Fabrication. And this book can be for anybody, all women who want to reclaim parts of themselves. And we already understand with African American women, the institution of slavery did a serious number on our ancestors. And whether you understand it or not, these things are spiritual traumas as well. So it's still things that we're healing from in this moment at this time. And so this book is a way of calling back the body from the ideas of enslavement. So I'm going to read one of my favorites. It's called The Inner Workings of the Eye. And this deals with, I talk a lot about shadow on this channel, but this poem deals a lot with looking at the past, looking at the trauma of the past, looking at those things that we don't want to acknowledge, and having the courage to view it freely and truthfully in order to heal from it. And that's pretty much the gist of this poem. Inner Workings of the Eye. She told me to look at her, to stare deeply but not to flinch. Her eyes held my secret. They were cloudy, neither cold nor warm, but familiar. What I needed was inside, right through the cornea, into the anterior and posterior chambers, through the optic nerve, the transmutation of visual information to the brain. I held her face gently, blew a puff of air into her mouth. Her eyes, once cloudy, turned to glass. That is when we saw each other, peering through to the other end of the bloodline. It is said that if you lay salt along the seals and doors, what is unwanted can creep inside. She would seep in anyway, for we belong to each other. We shoulder the same burden and pray for the same release, so I have no choice but to see her. We are bound by sight. What can we see in fabrication, and who will we see in the dark? Not the absence of light, but the dimness of misunderstanding, where every ugly truth is wedged between the door to entrapment or freedom. There's comfort here. They told me so, and I believed them, for I allowed them to make me, to teach me to fear myself and in the world. Falling into her eyes, deep and quick like sand into the burrowed hole of scripted nightmares. They told me I was one of them, or was it my great-grandfather? Memory is unforgiving, and words like energy travel beyond the grave. It moves into the skin, spills out like sweat, becomes moisture for the tear ducts as it holds us still to drown. To drown is hopefully to gasp or grasp for air, so I keep breathing. And as if fading, she takes me by the cheeks, blows air into my mouth, with hopes my lungs once collapsed would feel, and I would be reborn, and whispers. It takes courage to stare deeply in order to find yourself on the other end. Spirit, what message do you have for us today as we honor the divine feminine energy? What message do you have for us today? Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors, for your wisdom, for your strength, your courage, your resiliency. I honor you with the work that I do, and I give thanks continuously. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Most High Energy. Mother, Father, Creator. We'll read Transformation, because this is the one that popped out. All right, Transformation. And I'll hold the card up so you can see it. Transformation takes place as a consequence of difficult, testing, initiatory experiences, which are alchemical in nature. The ancient art of alchemy is centered on the ways in which one thing can be changed into another, and its goal is to perfect, purify, and profoundly evolve the material in question. In the Western mystery tradition, the achievement of gnosis, personal knowledge, and enlightenment was an important consequence of this process, which would eventually lead the individual to a sense of completeness and possibility. Ultimately, transformation is the end point of the heron's journey because transformation is the stuff of life. To be human means always to be growing, to be transforming, and we're all alchemists deep inside. It is only by allowing ourselves to be transformed that we can hope in turn to transform the world. If we want to change the dominant life denying cultural mythology, which is failing us and failing the planet, we can begin by transforming the stories that each one of us chooses to live by. And the process will uncover our personal calling and discover the unique gifts that we each bring to the world at this time. This card invites us to surrender ourselves to the profound process of never ending becoming. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for those who like my videos, those who have subscribed. You honor me with your presence. Those who will join us in the future, thank you for being here. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's a beautiful thing. I honor that in myself, and I honor those who are able to rock with me and understand my vision and understand what I have to share. I'm going to link one of my first videos at the end, at the end screen. Click on that because I have another poem that I read from my book, and it's one of my first videos 5 years ago honoring the divine feminine, the energy, the mother. All right. Peace.